Hello everyone, welcome to our programming and problem solving series of Python string. In our previous session, Python string part 1, we learned concept about Python string handling. We learn what is string. We learn string is immutable. We also learn some string related functions like slice operation, concatenation operation, multiplication, appending, etc. We also discuss some formatting operators and functions related string in that session. In today's session, we will continue that series in this session in the form of Python string part 2. Prime objective of this session, that is part 1 and part 2, is to give basic introduction to Python string and inbuilt function related to it. Outcome of this session is, after successful completion of all sessions, that is part 1 and part 2, student will be able to perform string operation in Python. In this session, mainly, we learn Python string related inbuilt functions in Python. For example, upper function, lower function, split functions, string join functions, string zfill and find function, strip functions, string count function and capitalize function, in and not in functions, and ORD function and CHR function. First of all, we will see upper and lower function. Here upper function will be convert your input string into the uppercase format. In same way, lower function will be convert your input string into lowercase format if input string is in uppercase format. Suppose, see this example. Here S1 is a variable where we have stored some input string, and using S1 dot operator, here S1 is the input string, and using dot operator we are converting that string into uppercase letter using upper function. Here again, in second print statement we are converting that input string which is stored in S1 variable using lowercase function. We will execute this code. In uppercase function convert all your input into the uppercase format, and in lowercase functions it convert all your input into lowercase format. Suppose what happens if I provide input in total uppercase format. We will learn that also. See the output. Here I was given input in uppercase format to upper function. That function convert your input as it is, since it convert your uppercase letter to the uppercase again. But here, due to your lower function, your input convert into the lowercase. In same way, you can also check your input in lowercase string also. Now our next function is split function. Split function returns a list of strings from original string. All those strings are separated by white space by default in original string. We may use other characters of separation instead of white spaces. For example, hash, dollar, multiplication sign, colon, etc. See, S1 is a variable where I am assigning one input string, and I am printing the split function using dot operator. Here S1 dot split. S1 is my variable name, and I am accessing split method using the dot operator. First of all, we will see the execution of this code. Now see the output. Here your input is divided into different string format. Previously it was single input, but now it become different input, different string. In this way, your one input string you are converted into a different strings. But here one point is there. You don't mention any argument at a time of split function calling. You can also mention some symbols instead of this white space. In this example, we split our string according to white spaces. If there is a white space between two words, we split that string according to that white space. In some cases, your input string may be contain some other symbols or some other special character. In that case, we can also divide that string according to that symbol or some special characters. We will see that example here. See this input, yes2. Here one input string is provided, but here two words are differentiated by colon symbol. Now we can split that input string according to that colon. Here this is the syntax. You have to only use the name of the string, and using dot operator you can access that string and split that string according to your split symbol or your colon symbol. Let's try to execute this example. See the output here. Your string is differentiated according to your colon. Okay. In this way, you can use special symbols also in your split function. Now let's see join function. Join combines a list of string into a new single string. A character for separation can be specified while joining string from list. This is the syntax for join method. Here characters of separation. That means according to which character you want to join a particular string, then you have to use here dot operator again. Then you can use join keyword, and join list object will be your argument. Now see here, list1 is a variable where you have stored some multiple strings. Here there are different 5 strings you have stored in list1, and in this statement you are applying your join function on list1. Here S1 is a object creation, and here according you are joining your string according to the white spaces. Okay. First of all, we will see the actual output. See the output of this input string. Since here white space was there at the time of specifying the join method, this space is created between two words. Again, you can also specify some special characters like colon or underscore, hash, such symbols to join two words. For example, suppose see this example here. List1 is again my variable where I am storing some number of list, and now here I am specifying a special symbol colon to join two words or two strings. Let's execute this code, then we will get the actual difference. Here, these are the two words which are joined by this colon symbol. In this way, here we can specify our particular symbol to join two words. We can also mention some other symbols to join or to combine two strings. Now see this last example here. Here, now instead of multiple string, I am only specifying one single string to list one variable, and I am specifying a hash symbol to join two different characters. Now since it is a single string is there, it will be join two characters with help of special symbol hash. Let's execute this code. See the output of this code. Each character is joined using the hash symbol. In this way, join method will be work in Python string. Now next function in string, we will see the zfill method. Zfill adds zeros at the beginning of the string to complete the specified length. For example, suppose here, this is one example. Let's see this example here. ID underscore number is a my variable, and in that variable I have initialized one string, assigns one string 1001. Now I have taken one another variable new underscore ID number, and for that variable I have applying zfill method on our previous variable, that is ID underscore number. Okay, calculation of this will be stored in these variables. Now here zfill is method called here, and in that method I have passed argument value 10. First of all, we will see execution of this code. What are these extra zeros? Actually, these extra zeros are added by zfill method at the beginning of your string to complete the specified length. Since you have mentioned here your specified length as a 10 and your input was only 4 digits. Therefore, it assigns some new 6 zeros in front of your input and complete its specified length as a 10 and provide that output for you. In this way, your string zfill method will be work. Now we will see next method, string find method. Find method find the first occurrence of your specified value. It returns -1 if the value is not found. See the syntax for find method. Here you can mention your input string, and using dot operator you can use the find function. But in find function you will be see there are 3 types of arguments we have to provide. First argument is search underscore value, next is start value, and next is the end value. But here search value is a value which we have to search. Start argument is the point to start from where you want to search. By default, if you don't provide that start value, then it will be considered that value as a 0 value. End is the point to stop search from where you want to search your string, that will be specified using this end argument. We will see this example on our console. Let's see this example. Here S1 is my variable, and for that variable I have assigning one string. In that string there are total 5 words are stored, and another string is there S2, and in that string I have stored some value. Again, this is a string value because it is enclosed with double quote value or double quote symbol. Here S1 is your input string, and using that input string using dot operators, you are accessing the find method, and in that find method you are mentioning the which word you want to find from your input string. In this case, I have mentioned I want to find the word Chakravarti from our given input. First of all, we will learn or we will execute only that print statement. Let's execute this code now. See the output, Chakravarti found at index 10. That means your Chakravarti, this word is appear at the index value of 10. See the starting index for this string is for character I is 0, and here index of this character C is the 10. Therefore, your answer is 10. We will see our next example here. I will be make this statement as a comment, and I will be open our second print statement. Now here I want to find the digit 5 in your given input. Input value is S2, that is our string is located in S2 variable, and on that S2 variable we have to find the number 5, index of 5, where actually that 5 is stored. We will execute this code. See this answer, 5 is found at index value 5, because index value of this 5 is 5. This is 0th index, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Therefore, it shows answer as a 5. Now let's next example. Now in this print statement, we are finding a word A from specified input, this input string. Now here you will be finding some different is there in this find function, because in find function we are passing 3 types of arguments. Here this is the specified character which we want to find, in particular your input string. This is the starting point from which index we want to start to find character A. This is the end point, to where, up to where you have to find character A. Let's see execution this code. See the 4, that means your character A is appear 4 times from position index value 3 to index value 20. In this way, you can use find function with different format or different argument like this. Now we will discuss the new function, strip function. Strip function removes leading and trailing specified characters. Syntax for strip function is, here your input string will be there. Using dot operator, you will be access the string method, strip method, and in strip method you will be provide the character which you want to remove. There are again 2 types of strip functions, lstrip, which removes leading specified character from your string. Another type of this strip function is the rstrip, which removes trailing specified character from your string. Let's see this example on our console. See here, I have taken one variable S1, and in that S1 variable I am taking one string, Bharatvarsh. But observe here, before Bharatvarsh, I have adding some addition symbols, and after Bharatvarsh in trailing position also I am applying some addition symbols. Now as you know that generally strip function we can use to remove particular character from your string. Here I want to remove this plus symbol from my input string. Yes. Now we will execute this code. See the output Bharatvarsh. Here these plus symbols are completely removed from your input string. In this way you can remove this plus symbol using this strip method. Now we will see the next print statement. Now here we have applying the lstrip method, and we will remove this plus symbol from left side of your input string. Let's execute this code. See the plus symbols from your left side of input string is removed by this lstrip method. In same way, you can also use the rstrip method to remove right side input unwanted input characters. See the output. In this way, these plus symbols are removed by this rstrip method. Now we will see next inbuilt method in Python to string operation, that is the string count. Count returns the number of times a specified value occurs in a string. This is the syntax for count method. Input string will be there, and using dot operator you can access the count method. In count method you have to mention again 3 arguments. First argument is search value, second is start index, and next argument is the end index. Now here the start index and end index are optional. That means you have to only provide the value that you want to search from a specified string. See, we will see this example on our console. See this example. I have taken one variable, and for that variable I have given one input string. Using this print statement, I want to count the number of times this Pratap Rudra word is occur in this given input string. For that, I have applied this count method, and this is S1. S1 means your input string, and using that input string, we have accessing the count method by the dot operator. Okay, let's start to execute this code. See, the output is count word Pratap Rudra 2. That means this word is occur 2 times in this given input string. Now we will see next inbuilt method in Python, string capitalize. String capitalize method returns a string where the first character is uppercase. Suppose your input is Mother Earth, and suppose all character in that input is a small case letter. If you apply this capitalize method on that input, you will be get the output as first character of your input will be converted as a uppercase letter. Let's see this string. All characters in the string is in small case letter. Now here I am applying the capitalize method to this S1 string. Let's execute this code. See the output Mother Earth, but see difference between this input string and output string. First character of your input string is capital in here output. Next function is the in and not in function. In function used to check if a string is present in your string, and not in method used to check if a string is not present in your string. We will see this example on our console. See this example here. I have applied one input string to s1 variable, and I want to print a festival in s1. That means I want to find that this word is present in our given input string. First, we will execute this code to see what is the actual difference between these different print statements. See, the answer is true. Why this? Because this festival word is already available in your input string. Therefore, due to this in method, that this festival is available in your input string s1. Therefore, output of this print statement is true. Now, if you see the next print statement, here we want to search a word India in your input string s1. Now, you will be see that India is not present in this input string. Let's try to execute what will be the output. That means this India word is not available in your input string. Now suppose we will see the next, our third print statement. Now here we are using the not in function and searching the word festival. If you see this festival word is already in their string, your answer should be false. Okay, let's see, execute this code. Okay, false is your answer, because this false because this festival word is already in your input string and you are using not in method. Now we will see the next print statement, that I am going to search India in our given particular string. Now I know that this India word is not already in our input string. Therefore, not in method will be give result as a true, since this India is not there. This India word is not there in your input string. Let's execute this code. This is the answer for this print statement. In this way, you can use your in and not in functions in your string operation. Okay. Now we will see next inbuilt method in Python string, that is ORD and CHR functions. ORD function returns the number representing the Unicode ASCII code of a specified character. This is the syntax for your ORD function, and we will see the next function CHR. Both function we will be execute simultaneously in our PyCharm console. CHR returns the character that represent specified Unicode ASCII code. See this example on console. Suppose, see this example here. S1 is assigned a string which contains a capital letter A. Now I want to apply here the ORD method for input string S1. Okay. First of all, we will see what is the output for this first print statement. Therefore, I will be comment the rest of the code. See the output. ASCII code for A is 65. Now, what is meant by ASCII code? ASCII is a short form for American Standard Coded Information Interchange. Actually, computer doesn't know what is the meaning of capital A, capital B, small b. Computer only knows the binary format number, that is 0 and 1s. Therefore, in computer system, these alphabets are converted into the ASCII codes, and then these ASCII codes are converted into the binary format. Here, the ASCII code for A is 65. Therefore, this method represent, or this method give us a answer as a 65. Okay, now we will see the ASCII code for different alphabets. See the ASCII code for different characters or alphabets. Here the ASCII code for A is a 65, for B is 66. In this way, you will be get the ASCII code for Z is up to 90. Okay, again, if you want to ASCII code for small case letter, then small case letter will be start from 97 to up to 122. That is the last ASCII code for small case Z is a 122. Remaining other code are for different symbols or different characters which are available in your keyboard or your number system. For example, see here, comma is represented by ASCII code 44, slash is represented by 47. In this way, dollar will be represented by 36. In this way, all your characters on your keyboard characters are converted into ASCII code first. Then these ASCII code are converted into your binary format. I hope now you are getting my point, what is meant by ASCII code. Now we will see the next print statement, ASCII code for A. I already show you ASCII code table, and in that we saw that ASCII code for A is 97. Let's execute this code. See, the answer is 97 because ASCII code for small case A is 97. Now we will see the function CHR. CHR function returns the character that represent the specified Unicode ASCII code. That means if you provide the ASCII code, then this method will be provide the alphabet which represent that ASCII code. Again, we will see this example on our computer. Here, S2 is my variable where I have stored the 65. Now, in previous example, we see that 65 is a code for capital A. Okay. Now, using this CHR method, we will try to get the answer as a capital A because this 65 is a ASCII code for capital A. Let's try to execute this code. See, we get the answer A because this 65 represents for this capital A. Now we know that 97 is Unicode ASCII character for small a. In this way, we can get the different characters for ASCII code by using this CHR method. Remember that ORD function, by using ORD method, you get the ASCII code for particular alphabet. But in CHR method, you will be get the particular alphabet for particular ASCII code. This is the difference between ORD and CHR method. That's all about built-in string functions for right now. I hope today you have learned new concept regarding Python built-in string function. With greeting, keep learning. I am completing Python string series part 2. Thank you very much.